Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And for all my continued followers, I want to say thank you. And this is an opinion-based video channel where I try to open your eyes and ears to some of the travails and tribulations that take place throughout our cities, our states, our country, and sometimes around the world. And there is a lot going on in many of our metropolitan cities. We have a shortage of teachers, a shortage of police officers, a shortage of nurses. All three professions are underpaid and overworked. But I'm seeing a heavy burden placed on our school system, where children are coming from dysfunctional families. They are having a lot that they're bringing to the table, and teachers have to play a multitude of roles as a mentor, a father figure, a mother figure, a therapist, a teacher, to properly educate and manifest these young people into becoming productive adults. And now we have something going on in the St. Louis area and in the state of Missouri where there are a shortage of bus drivers. So not only are these kids coming, some of these kids are coming from disruptive, dysfunctional families and then entering our school system, but they're having issues and stresses and anxiety over even getting to and from school. Here recently, a large Missouri school bus transportation company just voided their contract with the St. Louis public school system. They had gone on strike earlier in the year where kids weren't able to get to and from school. And there is a shortage of school bus drivers, and we have to do something about it. One of the sustaining pillars in our country has to be our educational system, has to be our hospitals, has to be our public safety. We need a more sustainable system within the homes of these young people. There is a lot of chaos and disruption that's taking place. So as a result of the shortage of these bus drivers, we have a case right out of Crawford County where these officials either ignored or did not properly vet an individual who was a bus driver, but who was a convicted, registered SX offender. And he did something that was very demonic, diabolical to a young female student. So here the story goes. Crawford County School District pays molestation victim $3.1 million after hiring a convicted SX offender as a bus driver. James Philpott was sentenced to 15 years in prison after pleading guilty to molesting a 7-year-old student while driving a school bus in 2023. James Philpott was a convicted SX offender, and the Crawford County R1 school district hired him anyway to drive a school bus in 2021. He emmed a 7-year-old student on the bus in 2023, and now the district is paying the victim millions before the issue ever goes to court. It's incredibly significant, especially given the protections that public entities enjoy under the law and in circumstances like this, said Grant Boyd, the victim's attorney. It closes this chapter for them without having to risk the potential re-traumatization of this poor girl through the litigation process. And we're grateful that the district saw that. Court documents show the school district of about 1,300 students agreed to pay the victim $3.1 million in a settlement. Philpott pleaded guilty to Child M in February and was sentenced to 15 years in prison. He is 73 years old. Boyd says more needs to be done to prevent a SX offender from ever being hired to work around children again. He said, I don't think we need to look at broadening the list of criminal offenses that automatically disqualify someone from working in the education industry with children, he said. I think it should be looked into as to the people that played a part in this. There were other people involved in the situation that should answer some questions about why this happened and Mr. Philpott was hired. Superintendent Cole Biasi declined 5 on your side's request for an interview and sent a statement which read, "The district is pleased that we are able to reach a resolution with the family involved in this situation. However, we are unable to comment further on this matter at this time." He also confirmed Philpott worked for the district for 19 months, from October 5th, 2021 until he was terminated May 3rd, 2023. Boyd noted Biasi was not the superintendent when Philpott got hired. Based on what we have and what's been reviewed, it indicates the school district absolutely knew about these convictions for these prior Essex offenses before this happened to our client, Boyd said. There seemed to be some kind of indication given to the family by someone at the district that they were only looking at things that occurred within the last 20 to 25 years. Philpott's sex offenses date back to the 1960s and 70s. In 1968, he was charged with indecent exposure. In 1972, he was convicted of assault with intent to R. Both offenses happened in California, according to court documents. He molested his victim in Crawford County 3 times between April 27th and 28th, 2023, and surveillance cameras captured the assaults, Boyd said. The video captured him driving the school bus and her sitting on his lap while he abused her. And while he was driving the bus, Boyd said, there were at least one or more other children on the bus at the time. Boyd said the victim's parents noticed some physical signs that their daughter had been abused, which led to an investigation. The district settled with the family after the family filed a charge with the Missouri Commission on Human Rights before the agency ever gave them a right to sue letter. There's no amount of money that could ever rewind the clock for child Essex abuse survivor. But with this settlement, it would ensure that whatever the girl needs moving forward in her life and whatever she wants to pursue, whatever her passions are, she will not have a single impediment. What an incredible story. So Crawford County, which is, for those that don't know, in the city of about the state of Missouri, Crawford County is located in the east central part of the state of Missouri, where Steelville and Sullivan, Missouri are. There's been a big issue in the city of St. Louis where they're not having enough school bus drivers to get kids to and from school from a transportation standpoint. And as I said, the big contract, this one company that had a contract with the St. Louis public school system just ended their contract early, and now the city of St. Louis has to find a new company to transport kids to and from school. These kids today have enough problems and things that are going on with the advancement of social media, iPhones, bullying, harassing, disruptions that are taking place in the classroom. Kids are reading in many of our major urban cities 2 and 3 grade levels behind. Education seems like it has taken a back seat from the fonder years of the 70s and 80s when we grew up and education was a key to your success and your freedom. And nowadays, through the advent of demonic rap music and other ancillary things that are taking place, young people are chasing the bag by any means necessary. But also, you have in our schools, there is so much chaos and disruption. Kids are fighting teachers, they're fighting each other, and we need to have some kind of settling ground that's taking place throughout our school system. And transportation becomes an issue. So stress and anxiety is everywhere with these young kids today in grammar school, middle school, and high school. There is no way that they should have had a known Essex offender that dates back to the 70s as a school bus driver. Are we that desperate today that they will hire and not properly vet anybody? Tell me what you think about this case.